That's why I always say Sopranos is the best show at depicting dreams realistically, or the way they feel. Because Tony has this dream where he's talking to his coach from high school, and the coach is getting on to him because he's unprepared, and he is unprepared, and the bullets that he's trying to use to shoot him are melting into chocolate into his fingers. And in my dreams, guns, like if I need to shoot a monster or something like that, I can't pull the trigger, no matter how hard. And I'll even get both of my trigger fingers into the trigger guard, and I'm using all of my might. And sometimes I'll even put it on my knee, and I'm like pulling against mine. It's like, you do everything. You're trying to open a pickle jar. Like I'm do anything I can to get a little leverage more to pull that, and I can't. And if I do, even if it does move, it won't fire. It's that dream of being unprepared. And I remember after Tony has those dreams, he's on the phone with Carmela, and he's like, I had that dream again. She goes, the one with your coach? Yeah. You were unprepared? Yeah. And it's like, that's the dream. Being unprepared was hammered into you from such an early age. Is like, because the show stops. The teacher goes, whoa, what do you mean you don't have your project? Everybody's got it, but you. Everybody's on you. Everybody's looking at you. Why don't you have it? Couldn't you afford a marker board? Or are you just too stupid? Maybe his parents aren't very good at their job.
That was such a
judge him
feeling.
thoroughly right now. It's like, don't ever let that happen again. Don't ever let that happen again. And it's in you, in here, and your dreams. Your mind is saying, yeah, relax, get your rest. But are you fucking prepared? Are you fucking prepared when you wake?
When I was playing a shit ton of hockey in high school, I would have bad dreams that I like let in a goal that I shouldn't have. And it would be that same kind of like fighting, running, shooting in your example, where like I couldn't move my glove fast enough to stop it. And it would be like in the bad dream, it'd be like I hadn't made a single save yet. And we were like down
when I'm
5.
When I'm trying to run quickly in a dream, my legs are like very uncoordinated.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will, if I'm in a hallway or in a home or something where there's walls, I will pull like myself along the wall to try to get extra speed. And I talked to my dad about this. He said, he told me that I like answered it. He started saying that, and I finished his sentence for him. I'm like, pull yourself along the wall. He's like, yes, I'm trying to get away, but my legs are so uncoordinated, and I'm like in this, I'm like in a bath of caramel, standing up almost. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just pulling myself, trying to get faster down the wall to get away from whatever's chasing me. Those are the dreams I have, like the nightmares I have, because I'm always being chased, and some monsters after me. As a kid, it was Marv and Harry from Home Alone. As an adult, it's often some.
You had nightmares about Marv and Harry?
I watched. You understand? Like we talked last week about, was there an age, like cap on what media you watched? No, never. No, R-rated movies were on TV. Like my dad was big in my dad. Well, not Home Alone, but like Terminator.
Like Lost in New York. Yeah.
Like
I had a dream I was lost in New York and Trump told me where to go.
I was 4.
And then a scary burglar grabbed the handles of the sink and got shocked into a skeleton.
You don't remember when Joe Pesci grabs Macaulay Culkin and hangs him from a door thing, like a coat hanger, and he's dangling there, and they're talking about biting. He's like, give me those little fingers. They're gonna bite his fingers off. And they're trying to make him. His hands are in fists so that Joe Pesci can't bite his fingers off. And they're literally trying to. They're about to kill this child. And then the old man comes in, the shovel, and shaves the day. So I dreamed Joe Pesci was going to bite my little 4-year-old fingers off.
I guess that was more grim than I remember.
In my memory, Macaulay Culkin was more competent than he really was.
Well, that's the end of the movie. Spoilers. I'm sorry, guys, if you've never seen Home Alone 1991.
I thought he defeated the Wet Bandits.
He fought them off, and he escaped from that zip line. But they they cut him off at the pass because they're grown ass men, and he was like a 9-year-old child. So they just hustled on over there and grabbed.
You never
him
hear
up.
winners making excuses, Kyle.
No, I guess not. No, I see Macaulay Culkin quite a bit now on like Red Letter Media, like doing their videos and stuff. And I saw he got his Hollywood Walk of Fame not too long ago. Oh, and then his brother Kieran won an Emmy for Succession. So I don't know if you watched the Emmys at all. Did you?
Not the Emmys. I watched Succession though. But I'm like, actually, if you're trying to sell something, puff it up.
Oh yeah,
He's probably right.
you
But
want
I
to set
almost bought
anchor points high.
I bought a house before this one. No, I didn't. I looked at a house before this one, and he described the marble as like imported from Turkey, the finest marble or something or other. And I bought it hook, line, and sinker. In hindsight, I doubt that was true.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He was a
Maybe.
real estate developer. So
Sales
he was
is all
why?
about,
mini Trump.
sales is just about perceived value. It's not about real value.
Oh, that sizzle.
That's how it works.
Damn, Taylor dropping wisdom.
Perceived value. That's what you're selling. So,
Well,
and in
I-
2,
I-
1, 4.
Yeah, Zach's right. It was the one with the soaked floor. That house, I hired an independent inspector to look at the home. He went under the house, looked for like 5 minutes, and he's like, I'll tell you what, how about you just pay me half what you were going to? I don't bother writing up a report or anything. Just don't buy it. And he's like, this house is so damaged by flooding and water.
he showed up 2 weeks later, bought that place. He's, you won't believe the deal we've got here, honey.
I actually look at it from time to time because I loved that house. It was 8,000 square feet and it had a swimming pool in the middle of it.
I remember
And to me, it was just really dope. But
it was almost on a peninsula or an almost
it was
its own
on a
island.
peninsula. Yeah, it was the last home in the peninsula. So there was like this lake that went around 3 sides of it, and it had a pool in the middle, and it was just really dope in a lot of ways. But apparently, it was a nightmare. And I do remember, even my amateur eye could see that the roof was repaired in like 6 places, and it was currently leaking. And I'm like, this is some real repairs that need to be done in this place.
Yeah, I remember there being tar and stuff, and it seemed like there had been flooding down, like the pool had flooded into a sub,
Either the
like
pool
floor
flooded
area,
or
like there was
the
insulation that
drainage.
was wet everywhere.
He didn't have downspouts on the gutters. He had been to Japan and he had chain link, like these big chains you might see on a ship, and the water trickled down the chains instead of a normal downspout. And but you look at it more carefully and you're like, but there needs to be that, like, either some drain that goes away from the home or those concrete, I don't know what they're called, the little, because
Exactly.
the bottom of a
Those
gutter.
little trays that lead it outward.
Yeah, he didn't have those. Instead, the water dripped down the train and then under the foundation. And
What an idiot.
Hard.
I didn't buy the house.
Yeah.
So it would have been a mistake, I think. But I still look back on it and I'm like, it was a fucking dope house.
It's still ridiculous.
Yeah. Dude, this room is cold. I left the room for a second. I came back. This room is like 15 degrees colder than the rest of the house, maybe 20. My feet are cold.
I am warm as hell in this sweater.
I'm all
I'm
good.
cold. But you got to get a mini split. This is one of the best house upgrades I've had. Whatever, like a car. You can go in your car and wear a winter coat in the summer because your car's air conditioning is OP. Or in the winter, if you want to wear shorts and no shirt in your car in the winter, you can. Why? Because the heat it works. It does its job. This room is like that. I got a remote control, baby. Any temperature I want. Think of a temperature. I could do it.
40.
5,000.
I could do it. I did any temperature.
I want to see frost on that stand behind you.
It
Turn
is
it
cold.
to 30.
Would you ever do like that polar bear thing, like jump into the frozen hole in the ice or whatever?
That sounds really, really
Any of you.
unpleasant.
Any of it. I'm sorry. That I think I would. I think, especially if it was like a supervised group thing. If it was just me giving it a go, like as a fuck about that.
I would really like to do it.
Are you naked when you do it?
I am. You do you.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm going to wear some shorts. I think, as George Costanza would say, there will be significant shrinkage when I come out of the frozen lake.
I'm gonna be peacocking.
People do that in Vancouver on January 1st.
I'm gonna alpha everyone there by coming out of it totally erect.
So
on January 1st, if you
So, like, I don't know how cold-
people go running into the ocean, and it's like a polar bear swim.
Is that a New York thing?
It was in Vancouver. It was in Vancouver.
I've been
That's
in cold water
legit.
twice. I've been in water that had ice frozen over it. I fell through the ice before and got completely
Ooh,
soaked.
that sucks.
I've done that.
It's not as like bad as it sounds. I was in like a frozen swamp, so like falling through the ice just meant that you like got soaked in water. There was like, no, you weren't going to drown or anything.
You were probably up to like thigh level, like not full
But
body, right?
But the problem is like I was flat on my stomach trying to like not go through the ice. So I just so it like broke, like, and the part where my feet had gone through was lower, and this big sheet of ice did this, and I slid like slowly, and the water was also water's like coming up as the whole thing slinks down, and I'm just like slowly realizing that I might as well start crawling through the water because we are soaked, and it's like 2 miles back to my friend's house. My dick disappeared.
Dude, I have a similar. So I'm in middle school, and there's a pond that's frozen over. It's a small pond that doesn't get deep enough to drown, and it's frozen over, which in New Jersey is not an all the time thing. It's like it happens, but it's nice. So we start playing on it, and we realize that it's thick enough to walk on kind of carefully most of the time, but not so thick that you can be careless.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've always been stupid, so we like play with the edges of how strong it is, how much you can jump, put a hole in it here and see what happens when you start walking near the hole, until eventually, of course, we fall in this frozen pond. And then we realize, you know what? This isn't that bad. So we start like, now there's like big shelves of ice, and we're standing on them, and they're all tippy and slippery and shit. We're falling in this frozen pond repeatedly. We do this for like 2 hours, just fucking around with the frozen pond. And we're
died.
We're about a mile from home. So we walk home cold and wet. And I had a middle school dance that night. I had lost my voice by the time the dance was that. I showed up with like laryngitis, just like horsing at girls asking, "Can you dance with me?"
No.
You want to dance with me?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I was fucking around a frozen lake.
And then
Yeah, that began a long string of romantic failures.
the other time I went into cold water was when we were filming that stupid video for Act of Valor.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. So we filmed that in January. So I don't know how cold it was that day, but I would guess it was in the high 40s, low 50s. I don't know how cold the water was, but god damn, it was cold. God damn, it was cold. And I had to go under that fucking water. And I got in, and Scott's standing there with that fucking camera, and I'm hyperventilating in the water, and I'm looking up at him. I'm like, I only want to do this shit fucking once. So fuck this up. Start recording now. I don't want you to have to hit that button. I want you forgetting. All right. I'm gonna go under the fucking water. When I come up, you pan and zoom. All right.
Pan and zoom.
And just stay on me until I say, all right, don't fuck this up. And like I go into that fucking water, and then I have to go into like I'm not cold pretend mode. I say my nonsense, and then like I needed help getting out of my clothes because they were like suctioned to me and soaking wet, and I had on all this tactical bullshit, and so like I'm laying on the ground, and there's a man on each of my pants legs, and my pants are going as they're pulling them off of me. I'd have fucking died if they'd left me in that field on my own. Like
if
so
they weren't
cold.
that cold in the movie, that wasn't part of it. It was just cold.
They were in a fucking jungle. They were in a swamp or
like
something.
Vietnam or something.
But I needed a body of water to like rise up ninja style.
I saw the video.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. This conversation's not just for me. Kyle, I
that's
already know. It's just us talking.
That's right. I've told you this all before. Yeah, that was awful. I don't like being in the cold water, but I would do the polar bear thing because that's like I feel like there's like warmth immediately, afterwards, and you're good to go.
What do you gain by you just jump in?
I think it's just a shock. I think it's just fun.
Out?
Yeah.
Doesn't
I
sound
think
fun.
some people feel like it wakes
Exhilarating.
them up in an interesting way.
Yeah, it's exhilarating. I mean,
I don't
those
even
ice
want to take
pads,
cold showers. Cold showers are
Woo!
terrible.
Those are for psychotics.
They are. They're for insane people. If you take a cold shower, you're an absolute psychopath.
Really? You don't do it now and then?
Never. No, I love piping hot shower. I like it just to the point that I could barely stand it. That's where I like my shower.
Here's what I do.
My wife likes
this is another one of my stupid things I do. At the end, and because I heard that hot water makes your pores open, and so if you take a hot shower and you come out, like I feel like that makes you more acne prone. I feel like your pores are open and then they're more likely to get clogged.
You don't
so
think open allows them to unclog?
I don't think that ever happens unless I think those commercials are bullshit. When the Biore like goes down in and gets a bunch of that never happened once. But
I don't get acne. I've got that Accutane shield.
yeah, I know
matter.
you do. Everybody else gets acne though. So like at the end of my shower, what I do is I slowly go a little cold, more and more and more. And if you do it really slowly like that, and you rotate so that every part of your body is getting accustomed, you can slowly get to an almost frigid shower and not even mind too much. But you have to go slow. And so I do that at the end of my showers, like because what I do is I take a bath and then a shower every day, at least once a day, usually twice a day, because I got to soak my hair for an hour and then I got to take a shower after the soak.
You got to soak that hair for an hour.
This is almost as bad of an idea as my Spider-Man meets Night Tale movie that I came up with the other day when I was stoned.
Yeah, I mean that was really disjointed.
I like that movie idea. I was only joking just now when I said it was bad because I thought you would you would be like, no, it was great.
No, I saw what you're doing.
God damn it.
No, it was a good idea. You're 8 pages in. How many pages do you need for a movie script?
100.
100? Have you seen like that Simpsons where Homer writes a script and they're like, well, usually, Mr. Simpson, these are 100 to 110 pages long. Yours is 6 pages long, and many of these are just coffee and donut stains. No, that's not true. It's a good movie.
That's a good answer.
If there is one thing that I would like to attempt to do, because I'm so into it, but I have no where to begin, it would be to write a screenplay. Like I think that would be a really or to be part of it in some way.
What would your genre be? What would you actually like?
God damn it! I told you my movie. I didn't. You just shit all over. I don't know. I like dialogue though. I would like to write dialogue or attempt
like a thriller, suspense, like.
Oh, I don't know. The honest answer is lame. Because
apparently a vampire movie. It's just people sitting.
No, it would probably be some sort of like
series.
It would probably be some sort of like gangster drama type thing. I don't know. It'd be, which is really lame.
Like a Scorsese kind of.
No, it's exactly what Christopher Moltisanti's lame ass wants to write about. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do like that. Well, anybody can do it better. He can't spell. But yeah, that does interest me a little bit. But I got to get my Knight's Tale meets Spider-Man idea off the ground first. Like that's
you want to lead with your strongest idea.
Yeah, that's going to get a lot of interest in my brand.
How about like a movie Spider-Man and he's Jamaican?
All right, so you don't literally.
I pictured it like the kind of place like Saul Goodman's office was.
Yeah.
Like that kind of mall. Like there's multiple Chinese places in walking distance.
Weekends were the worst. I was the only one in on weekends. So it'd just be me. And it'd be like, the motion sensor lights. So it's totally dark until I move kind of deal. It's just miserable.
That's what my career was like, man. I would frequently be like the last person at the office, staying late working, getting my shit done. And like the HVAC would turn off, the lights would turn off. I'd run around flapping my arms to get the HVAC to turn back on.
Did you ever do anything? You ever do anything like take advantage of the fact you were the only one there?
Like what?
Well, all right. Like I guess maybe like
I thought
steal some office supplies
like
or
break room to myself.
Like maybe if there was like like I know there was like at the car dealership there was a place where like we couldn't go because it was like we were at the corporate office. So like upstairs, like that boss wasn't just like the boss of us. He was the boss of like 15 stores or something, like a region of the United States. He was an intimidating guy. So like you didn't go in his office, but shit, we're the only ones here. Like I'm gonna go look in Robert's office and see what it's like.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny you say it because I was like, I never did anything good, but I did. I'd like go into coworkers' cubes and look closely at their family photos, judgingly. Like, oh, look at this.
That is psychotic.
Ugly children.
That's so much worse than jacking off. That's so much worse than jacking off. Going around and being like, yeah, you don't even know I'm looking at your fucking beach family photograph, do you, Howard? Like,
right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this
Jesus.
is pretty fit. I didn't expect his wife to be this fat. And
I know, yeah, sitting in the boss's like going behind the manager's thing and like fucking around with the blue screen and like teaching myself those programs, like trying to do stuff like that, because we were there a lot late. Like for whatever reason, if a customer would come in 30 minutes before closing. A lot of people don't want to fuck with that guy, but I was just hungry, I guess. Like maybe literally at the time. And I'd be like, hey, sir, I know it's late, but we could squeeze in a car deal. And my record's 30 minutes. And that's what we've got. And sometimes they'd say, well, let's see what you can do, young man. And it'd be like, fuck, it's going to take 3 hours, sir. I was lying. We're going to be here late. Sir, first thing you should know is that I'm a liar. Now let's go pick out your new truck.
Sir, I'm going to be straight with you. Don't trust me.
Yeah, because there was a guy whose credit was bad, and it legitimately may have taken 6 or 7 hours from start to finish. And a lot of it was begging someone to give him, the money for this car, like weighing the op. They're like, okay, this car's this year, that many miles, it's worth this much. His credit is X, Y, and Z. Like, how much is he putting down? And just going back and forth because his numbers aren't moving, ours have to. And me just sitting there like a fucking clown trying to entertain this guy.
So you, as the salesman, like had to talk to the financial people and be like, come on, he's going to do it. He's going to pay it.
Worse, I have to keep him busy while two guys do that at the same time. Like my manager and the finance director are over there hustling. Because what we're trying to sell is like a used Mustang Cobra with very low miles, which is kind of a weird scenario. It's like, it's a used car, but it's worth a ton. Like it's a very valuable used car. It's on the edge of collector's edition already, the way it was sitting there. So anyway, they got the guy the car and he paid an enormous amount for it. It was one of those deals where the rate was so bad that he was like, I'm going to pay cash, just not today. I'll come back in 3 months and give you the cash. And I was like, bullshit. Do it tonight. We'll finance it, make 3 payments, and then pay it off. Then we'll get your credit going again, sir. And he's like, you're making a lot of sense. It was one of those type of situations.
Okay. So you were helping. You were improving his life.
Yeah.
I'm setting him up. Everyone knows adding
That was the motivation too.
Adding a big car payment to your life.
He was going to pay it right off, and he had like dog shit credit. And he was about to like show somebody that, hey, not only can I can come up with $50,000. He was about to prove that to somebody on his credit report. That seemed like a good thing. Couldn't be a negative. Anyway, I sometimes had to be that clown who was just talking to them about nonsense, not even about and every now and then they'd be like, man, it's been a long time. I'd be like, it has. Would you like some coffee? Like killing hours like that with somebody who wants to leave.
Who knew that would be a transferable skill, Kyle? Here you are doing that again.
Yeah.
Who knew that learning to talk about nothing for hours and hours and hours and hours would be a career move? Job interviews, funerals, anywhere you don't care what people think. You can wear jeans.
It depends whose funeral it is. I've been to funerals that had where there were jeans worn. It's a little unseemly.
That's pretty trashy. You shouldn't wear jeans at a funeral. You can't like slap on some fucking khakis.
I saw jeans at a funeral. I mean, a wedding.
That's almost as bad as like shorts at a wedding.
Was it a biker wedding?
No, it was a Jeremy wedding. Oh, Jeremy got a house. It's a little bit of a struggle though, because like apparently they had so many of those like low income bastard white trash babies that they were getting like a lot of government money, like for each one to live in like whatever housing they were in before. So now because they're like taking on a mortgage, all that money's cut off. Plus, I don't know what a mortgage is, $1,500. I think theirs is roughly. So it just seems like a big struggle for him, but I'm sure he's a smart guy, so I'm sure he calculated all that.
They lost the money because they bought a house.
I believe that it was like housing funding because they were living in a certain kind of housing. But if you move on up, like now, maybe you don't get that housing fund. I'm sure they're getting plenty of money per kid for like various other programs, but maybe that one program in particular is no more.
Yeah,
I don't even know how many they've had at this point. It's idiocracy is coming, folks. I promise you. I promise
We're on
you.
its way.
How many do you think? 6, 7, 8?
I don't know. It's like they're
They're in their litter.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kidding. I don't know how many there are. I think it's 2 or 3 or 4.
What's the most amount of
That's the Nick
children
Cannon
that,
numbers.
in your view, is acceptable if you are not Amish or like farming?
I think
Amish
so.
or
So here's my answer. I think you can have one child per $150,000 a year of combined housely income, and anything more is probably not a great idea. And I'm talking about modern money, right? Like you go back 10, 20, 30 years, it's less, right?
Well, it's the opposite of that,
Are you
bud. The
talking per
poorest
person?
people have the most kids.
What
and
I'm
the
saying is
richest
if you
have
have
the fewest.
if you have more children
$100,000 a
than-
year per kid.
roughly, yeah. I think that if you exceed that, then you have done something that is inappropriate. I think that you have been selfish. I think that you are a cat lady. I
But
think
most
that
people
you are,
don't ever make 150K a year.
That's only
Then
one
you
and a
shouldn't
half
have kids.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I thought
combined
you said
housing income-
150 for
combined
one kid.
housing, one kid per 100,000 combined housing income. That's what you get. That seems fair to me.
I think that's reasonable.
Most people
Living it-
don't make 100,000 household income. Like that's way above.
Really? Most
average.
people
Yeah.
don't combine. Then they don't get to have kids. Then those kids. Then they're clearly not ready to have a kid, are they?
You think the average household income is $100,000?
That's not what I asked. I said, do you think they're ready to have a kid if their combined housing income isn't $100,000 yet?
Definitely. Yeah, there are some people who
They're
are.
ready.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
like,
financially ready. They're financially
financially,
prepared.
they'll never be as ready as they should be. But that's kind of a consequence of a fucked up system where like they don't have the opportunity
Well, we're
to
not
make as
changing
much
the
as they
system
should.
here, Taylor. We're setting the law. All right, we're not
Amen, brother.
rewriting the code. We're not going to live under socialism and get that baby all of its shots fat of magic money. You got $100,000 per kid. That kid's gonna. You know how much diapers fucking cost? I don't, and I don't ever want to fucking know. All right, you know how
It's
much
funny,
shots cost?
I want to agree with
I
Kyle.
don't know.
People say kids are expensive. I didn't think kids were expensive at all. Right? Like diapers. Diapers cost fucking slightly more than nothing. If you can't afford diapers, you can't afford children. Baby clothes. Now this is old. This is like 20 years ago. I was fucking shocked how cheap baby clothes are. If I buy a pair of pants, they're like $40. You can get a whole goddamn sailor costume for your little boy for like $9. Oh my God.
They always make a big deal out of it.
Yeah, that was like a big deal. A fucking onesie is like 75 cents, and that's what fucking babies wear all the goddamn time. Babies are cheap as fuck. If you can't afford formula, diapers, and some onesies, get your shit together. You're not even holding down a McDonald's job. But
Okay, Woody's 100% right there. Like if you can't afford to feed and clothe your child, get it together. Like,
And look,
it's the
I'm not
size of like a
saying-
bag of potatoes. Like just put something on it.
where
and
the
I'm not
equation
saying that-
changes if you have a sick kid, that's expensive as fuck. But
Yes.
normal
and
kids,
I'm
cheap
not
as
saying
hell.
we should like make it a law against it or anything, or we should punish those people. But you should know that if you haven't achieved that, if you don't have that, and there's other ways of achieving that rather than having a traditional sort of household where that's you and your wife live here and you combine for 100,000. You could live at home with your mother and have like a 3-generational household if your mother's okay with that, and a lot would be. I bet there's tons of like parents
Italians.
out there who would love for the grandchildren to be under the same roof, and like if that's your case and everybody's like kumbaya on that, then like do it. That's also that might
It's commonplace.
that
Yeah.
might make more sense to me than
That's more
than-
normal than what we do. Like
Yeah.
most
Asian
countries,
cultures
like
and-
Arab countries, Italy, like
that's
Mediterranean.
more
countries, like,
stable
they
and more
do that
loving.
more.
Like having the
India.
grandmother there to
India, yeah.
be like, oh whoa, don't hold the baby like that. Like
takes a village.
she's already raised babies. I don't know. It seems like having someone who's done all that stuff there to help you out, and like the financial security of like the couple and like that other generation there. Presumably this place is just about paid off. Like we got 3 generations under the roof. But you know what I'm getting at? Like that sounds sound.
You're just like a
as
piece
well.
of shit grandpa who's like in that, and you like get a third mortgage like as you're about to die. It's like, sorry everyone.
Good luck.
Grandpa wanted to get his dick wet in Vegas before he the big shit to the great beyond.
I want to be buried in a gold coffin, so I'm liquidating everything. I'm going to be he's
You
gonna be
can't
adorned
take it with you.
gold. Yeah, he's wearing that
In my
gold shirt
will, I
that Saudi
requested
guy
that
made.
none of you go to college.
I paid off all your favorite universities to never take you.
Yeah.
Ever.
Because you're a bunch of losers.
And you always will be, thanks to your grandpa.
And you
What a
always
mean
will
thing to-
never measure up to what I was.
So
it's just
yeah,
an old
I don't know.
vindictive
That just makes sense to me. I've given that no thought. I just made that up sitting here. But like 100,000 a kid seems fair. Like look, if I were planning, a
Isn't that
family,
fun
that's
when you do that on the
That's
show?
so
When
hard.
like you start a conversation and you're like, I don't think people should be able to have kids unless they make $100,000 a kid, and then
Yeah.
suddenly you have to now defend this
Yeah.
point as though you're like,
You know what it
well,
is, Aaron?
actually,
It's private
it's like
debate.
something that we just made up.
So that's how real debate works. In a real debate, you show up and they're like, all right, you will be arguing.
Yeah, it's true.
You will be arguing pro. I was on it, by the way, was part of my defense.
Lexapro.
Lexapro. Yeah. Part of my defense in court was going to be that I was taking the marijuana to like self-treat myself for depression and PTSD. So I went and got diagnosed with depression and PTSD, and they prescribed the say it one more time.
Lexapro.
Lexapro. I don't know why I can't remember that. And so I took that for a number of months, and that's that shit I went cold turkey off of because it was making me. I describe it like this: it's like for someone whose like happiness level stays at a 1 to 3, it's awesome because now we're gonna slide that bar. It's not gonna get wider though. We're just gonna slide the 1 to 3 over here so that you live between 4 and 6.
Mhm.
But the problem is you're never gonna be happier than a 6. The good thing is now you're never sadder than a 4.
Okay.
But and if you're like going through an awful time in your life, that's a really good thing. That's a crutch to lean on. Stay between 4 and 6 because you might fucking off yourself if you're between 1 and 3. You might drop down to -1 and that's game over for you. But I didn't have that problem, and I just felt like, God damn it, I haven't been at an 8 in months, and it's because of this fucking pill. Like I'm not taking joy in life anymore, and it's because of this fucking pill. Like there's enough stress already with this like trial looming over me and everything. Being at a 4 or 5 or 6 all the time is just dreadful. And so I went cold turkey on that shit. That's when I was getting those like brain jolts.
I was about
but
to say cold turkey is often not recommended for
It is.
Lexapro.
100% not recommended, and I didn't give a fuck. I wanted off. It took me about
Okay.
a month to like get through the side effects because it takes a while to like bleed out of your system. It's one of those drugs that you build up.
Ever described a brain jolt or a brain flash to me in a way that I get it.
It's like you ever like if the lights came on and quickly you were like, oh, but then that fades away. That, but in your brain, it's like your brain gets like
Well, that can't be
felt
good
like,
for you.
It feels awful. It felt like a small electrical shock that was like in my brain, but I felt go through my whole nervous system, like down my shoulders, into my fingers, and it was just like, zoom. And I'd be like, that was very uncomfortable. And then it would slowly fade away, and then you would get another one like 10 minutes later, and that happened continuously all the fucking time for
my.
weeks. It was really.
It's like every 10 minutes, or it'd be like every 10 minutes 3 times, and then that might be that day.
No, it was frequent. It was like several times an hour, like 3 or 4 times an hour at least. It would just jolt, and you'd be like, "Oh, that felt really uncomfortable." Right then, I did not like that. And then it's like, "All right, now we're good. Now we're good." It was just like every now and then, someone was hitting your dog shock collar or something like that. Not that intense, not necessarily painful, just very uncomfortable and off-putting.
Disorienting, maybe.
Disorienting to some extent, but only briefly. Like it wasn't like you're going to be driving and like go off the road or anything.
No,
but it
you're
was
right
just-
back at it.
You're
Yeah.
right back at it. But it was awful going off that stuff cold turkey. He said that he tried to quit, and it was like 3 days into it, and he was having the same thing I'm describing. He's like, I had to go right back on, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. But I don't know. I hope I helped him out a little bit. I told him, get out, do that 10-minute walk after every meal, because just doing a little bit of cardio every day and getting your insulin resistance in check can prevent some of the fluctuations in mood but the alcohol mixed with the ADHD medicine mixed with that antidepressant, and he's on some other stuff too, didn't sound good to me. So
This is my recipe for depression. I hand it out all the time. And I think I'm on target with this, and it overlaps a lot with yours. 3 pieces, three ingredients in this recipe. The first is some sort of fitness element, ideally in sunshine, right? And
We'll take sunshine. We'll take fitness. If we do both at the same time, that's super awesome. I don't care what it is. Fucking go jump in an outside trampoline. This will be part of your recipe for depression. The second one, relationships, family, friends, etc. You can get that stuff sort of fixed. You know, a lot of happiness and sense of well-being comes from your interactions with other people. So your family, your friends, if you get those relationships sort of reignited, that's good. Outdoor fitness, family relationships. The last one, some kind of sense of accomplishment would be great. That could be going to school. That could be, I don't know, just achieving anything. And you do those three things and you're probably out of depression.
Yeah, he's in a tough spot, right? Because where he is, I think there's a little bit of a thing with COVID. And also he works from home and does his classes from home. So that allows him to drink without any overwatch. You know, you go to work smelling like vodka, they're like, we're gonna need to fix this. You go to school smelling of vodka, they're like, what are you doing, Tommy? But you can be at home teleconferencing to work and to school, and they can't smell the gin on your breath or whatever your beverage of choice is, and you can just get away with it. I think that's part of his problem. There's no real accountability there, and alcohol is a crutch that's very easy to lean on. You know, it's so socially acceptable. It's everywhere. And it's effective, you know, if you're feeling like shit, you're depressed, you're bored, and you just want something that makes your existence a little bit more tolerable, shit, a glass of vodka will do it.
But you're always chasing it then, because with hangovers and so, you're borrowing happiness from the next day, and that only reinforces the cycle he's in. And doing that on antidepressants is genuine, you're fucking your neurochemistry there. They even say if you're taking antidepressants, SSRIs in particular, I think Lexapro is, it's do not overdrink on this, because you're going to basically beat what it's doing, and it's, you've basically trained your brain to only release feel-good chemicals with this one specific stimulus. And so you're taking it from the 4 to 6 that where it would be, where it's still kind of miserable, not that fun, and now even with it, you're 1 to 3. And now you take the pills or the alcohol out, and you're just in a very, very delicate place. That's sad. Hopefully,
one of the problems with depressions is the things that fix depression are the least attractive things to you, right? If you're depressed and what really feels good is alcohol, and dumbass Woody's over there telling you to jump on an outdoor trampoline, dude, that's not what you feel like doing, but it is good for you if you just fucking do it. Even though it's not what you feel like doing. Yeah.
I think baby steps that put some fucking headphones on. No, I'm not saying that what you're saying is too far, but put some fucking headphones on, put some music on you and do that 10-minute walk out in the sunshine. And then come back and you're just going to feel so good. Then take a shower after that. Anytime I'm feeling lazy or whatever, and I actually get up and I do the thing, whatever that is, lifting, cardio, or just, coming and doing whatever. Cleaning my house, then that shower that I take after that. And then it's just, I'm holy fuck. I'm glad we got out of the goddamn bed, did the thing and took a shower. God, I feel good. Oh, yeah. I feel so clean. And I just sweating out a little bit of sweat. Just, it feels like you're removing toxins that were just making you a piece of shit.
I love this image he's showing. You know what you could add? Changing your sheets. It's fucking amazing to climb into a made bed with clean sheets.
Change those sheets at least twice a month. Okay. If you guys got some acne going on your face or something, it's because your pillowcase is nasty. That's a big part of it. You got to wash your face twice a day. Got to change that pillowcase. Throw a towel on it like Woody talked about before if you need to. On your pillowcase, but you gotta have clean sheets. People use
sometimes, yeah.
Clean sheets, clean pillowcases. Nobody wants to fuck you in your rank bed, and you're not gonna feel good in there. Those clean sheets feel so good.
Gosh, I feel like I don't know enough about F1 to teach people, but the things that make the car warm up are twofold. One is taking turns fast. You probably would have guessed that. You go around the turn, it puts a little sideways stress on the tire, it warms them up. Cool. The other is just going fast. The downforce presses down on it, and that sort of being pressed down while going fast warms up the car too. Unless your car is all warmed up, your tires are hot, your brakes are hot, they don't work very well. So you have to go fast enough to get them warm, but you can't go fast unless they're warm. And therein lies the thing that takes skill.
Yeah, if you ever watch NASCAR when they're in the, or maybe F1, I've never seen a second of it, but so I don't know. But we're in the
I've never watched a second of NASCAR.
I'm not of F1, but in NASCAR,
okay.
the caution laps, they're driving back and forth to keep the tires warm. I saw a guy doing that in traffic the other day. I was like, this man's professional. I had no idea that I was sharing the road with his likes. Oh, shit. He got his gloves on over there.
Yeah. In motorcycle tires, there's a similar thing. Like you might want to buy the best tire there, the ones that the best people use. You can buy high-end tires, but they're not a good choice for me. Like my dumbass spends half my time at a red light, or just doesn't get to drive in a way that keeps tires warm. So the fast tires are slower for regular people oftentimes.
Yeah, is there a Goldilocks zone? Like, could you take, like, if you were to try and take a turn at like 80, is that fast enough that like you would spin out, and obviously it would, your tires wouldn't be heated up enough. So like, because I'm imagining myself, and if I didn't know anything, I'd be like, let's be responsible. Let's take a 70 turn. And that's probably the zone where you fuck yourself up, right? Because it's not meant for that.
Well, the problems are going to come up when you try to turn and accelerate, right? So if you go really, really fast and you brake as hard as you possibly can, turn through a corner, and then when you're pointed straight, hit the gas, as long as you're reasonably in the right gear, you're going to be okay. It's when you try to carry speed through a corner that you get into real trouble. And that's in any racing situation. You'll hear the phrase like slow in, fast out. And that's what it means is don't go too fast into the turn, go fast on the way out.
I think I know less about F1 than anyone here. I'm probably online with Kyle with F1.
You've bumper cars though.
I've done bumper cars, but like I know that F1 driving is unbelievably hard. I saw a Pros vs. Joes episode in like 2002 where they were like, we've got this guy from the NFL, this guy from MLB, this guy from the NBA, and this driver. And I remember sitting there at like 12 being like, this stupid ass driver is going to get humiliated. The dude was unreal athletic. Like he was outperforming the baseball guy in fucking everything. That baseball guy got his ass handed to him that day by the driver. But there is no sport that has a closer gap between like it looking easy than like racing. Because if you don't know anything, you can watch it and be like, yeah, I can turn too. And you don't know, because there's no way to tell that they're like experiencing a million G's.
That's especially true with NASCAR, where they just do oval. If it's an oval race course, that's why
I refuse to believe it's hard to drive a NASCAR car. I believe that. I swear to God, I refuse to believe it's hard. I bet that I bet if you took the four of us and we did nothing but train with like fucking, is Richard Petty still alive? Like he trains us, okay? Whoever. The ghost of Dale Earnhardt can come back and train us all day, every day for 3 months. And I bet that we finish the race and it's not a laughing stock.
Kyle, speak for yourself. You've driven with me.
They're like, and holy shit, in the 99 car, Woody made
on a NASCAR track. I would lose my way around.
It's a left turn.
Yeah, but there's a million cars out there. You have to try and draft behind the good racers and stay in like the crescent of emptiness.
Whatever the one is in Carolina, Lowe's Motor Speedway or something, like they had an event there one time where they were selling classic car parts in the infield. They like filled the whole infield up with and we were buying parts for 55 Chevrolet Bel Airs. That's neither here nor there, but it gave me a chance to walk around on the track and see that crazy amount of banking. You can't tell on TV how huge that track is. But I was like, I got this. Any of us do. It's bullshit.
We just rented Atlanta Motor Speedway, which is a NASCAR track here for a Car Trek series that we ran.
Yeah.
And it was amazing because they gave it to us at night in the rain. And so, I was in a 620 horsepower Bentley Super Sports and and it was a blast. But, even then, this is at night in the rain in a car that's got, decent tires on it. We're doing 150 where they would have been doing 200, 220 miles an hour at times. And so it is a big, big difference.
Well, I think it's a big difference.
It's a big difference, but in between what? There he is. There he is.
I think you're back.
Sorry about
had a momentary hiccup.
Yeah, had a glitch, but
we lost you at the main difference. Yeah.
Yeah, the main difference is when you're trying to get that extra 10, 20, 30% of the performance out of the car, that's where things get a little strange.
So you disagree at Kyle calling it laughable. And I quote.
The argument could be made when you think about people that are driving these cars that are professional drivers, because more than half of the field in NASCAR is paying their way to be in the car. And so what that means is, and, Formula One is, maybe 30-40%. So they're bringing sponsors, but the sponsor is dad's company, right? So these are situations where, yes, to prove your point, Woody, they are being trained to drive these cars. Now, they may have started to train at 7 or 12 or very, very young.
Yeah, they started on go-karts, sure.
But yes, you can teach anybody to drive reasonably quickly. They're not going to be at the front of the pack because those people are both naturally rich and gifted. But it's one of those situations where you can certainly get a long way. And I mean, I think there was a statistic once that Lewis Hamilton's family spent like $7 million on his driving career before he was paid. Yeah. So arguably the greatest driver in Formula One history, certainly the greatest in the grid right now. It took that much to get him there. And now he's certainly had staying power. He's won 7 world championships, but he didn't start from nothing, just pulling
I think NASCAR. I think in NASCAR is a little bit like the UFC as well. At the end of the year, you don't really care who's got who's got the belt or who has the most wins. I care about who was most entertaining, who did a fucking kickflip when they knocked the guy out, right? So all you got to do is just be a piece of shit, be loud, be the Colby Covington to keep that UFC parallel going of NASCAR, and I think you'd have a gig. Danica Patrick made a career out of being cute.
I think she made her bones with GoDaddy, though, right?
That didn't help. It didn't hurt.
But I mean, the GoDaddy money was the winner there. Was she winning races?
She had. Her car racer?
Was fucking. Was she that bad? I'm trying to. Money. There was one of the places, maybe it was NASCAR, where they said she had advantage because she was so light.
She's a little bit lighter. She's like, you're saving 100 pounds in the car? Is that a gigantic?
Only difference? As good as my sources. I'm not really that knowledgeable.
I guess so. Now that I think about it, yeah.
But she wasn't saving 100 pounds. She was probably saving 50, 60. I mean, these kids aren't that tall. Some of them are big, but
I don't know. Remember Tony Stewart by the end? That man's 200 pounds. At least. And Danica's like, I think I read once she was like right at 100, like maybe even 95. She's a little girl.
Yeah.
Woman, whatever. But
it makes sense.
And even with that advantage, she was a terrible, terrible, terrible driver. And they let her go around that track for years. What I'm saying is, you throw Taylor in that car, give him a cool middle name, like Shotgun Taylor or something.
Yes.
Remember Buckshot Jones? What a redneck fucking name. That guy drove around the track for years. I bet he never won a race, but his name was Buckshot.
Cool. So everybody liked him.
This is my favorite
the
story.
Best
merch. There was one racer. So there's like 31 racers in a NASCAR race or something. Like there's a bunch. And there was one guy, it didn't matter where he finished. ESPN would be like, all right, first place was Kyle, second place was Taylor. In 23rd place, Dick Trickle. His name was Dick Trickle, and they always told you how he did because he was Dick Trickle. They just like to say it.
He's always getting on ESPN. And so even though he's finishing 24th, household name in the F1 circuit.
I love cars. Like I like going to car shows and just looking at them. And when I see somebody, if I see somebody else stand too close to a nice car, I'm like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? How dare you? Don't you know those jeans have rivets on the outside of them? Get the fuck away from that man's vehicle. But I've never been into like auto racing at all because of all the things we just talked about. You think it's hard to get into that brand new Ferrari. Try getting out there on the Atlanta Motor Speedway and representing for Chevrolet, even if you are a really good kid who's a driver. There's no and if you have the talent, you will play for the Yankees. If you have the talent, you will play for LA. But if you have the talent, you'll probably just keep working in that auto parts store and never get behind the wheel of a car.
Mm-hmm. Could be. Clearly, most of them never get the chance because you have to be a fucking millionaire.
I don't know NASCAR that well, but in Formula One, when they consider what are called paid drivers, people who bring money to the team, they look at how good a driver he is and how much money he can bring in. Like, I suck at driving. So if I were to bring in $100 million, I might race Formula One. Yeah, sure, I crash it every weekend, but I make the team better with that. Maybe if I'm really good at driving and I bring in 10 million, they choose me over someone who's really great at driving. because we win more races with Woody plus 10 million than a better driver plus 0. And these are the decisions they make in Formula One. And
Yeah, that's the economics of racing.
unfair. It's unfair. It's twisted. It's not right that they will keep a worse driver because he can pay his way into that seat. But being unfair is kind of what makes Formula One interesting. That your car's way better than mine. I am twice the driver you are, and I just barely keep up. Maybe I win in qualifying, but lose on race day, and it's not fair. Yeah, it's not. You
I want open tryouts.
Find your way into a better seat. Find your way into it. That guy did it somehow. How are you going to get the better team to agree that you're a better driver so that they'll hire you instead of him? It's like,
if I owned a sports franchise, Taylor often talks about if he's a billionaire, he buys his local sports franchises
Absolutely.
and attempts to guide them to greatness, right? Even if it means losing money to do so. But I think I think that I would want to have open tryouts because I think that would, if I'm a fan, nothing would intrigue me more than my team having open tryouts for one of their positions. And I don't care what sport. I don't give a shit. It could be a sport I don't care about at all. But if I heard like a world championship soccer team was having open tryouts for their goalie, I'd be like, oh, really? So any like dude can walk up. Are they televising this? Can I buy a ticket? Like, I'd love to go see that. So like with Formula One, they've got those simulators. Why don't they fucking start a line? Like somebody's going to be driving the Ferrari car this year. We just don't know who yet. And put those fucking simulators outside of like in every major city and line people the fuck up. And let's take the top 10 guys and make a reality show and then have them race for Ferrari this year.
you know, the NFL did that.
That is more fun. Yeah,
Did
the
they?
Eagles, right?
Yeah, they made.
Oh, is that the movie with Marky Mark?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And like
several
nobody
racing
made
teams have
the
done that.
team.
What?
They've done that.
Several racing teams have just said, hey,
Absolutely. Yeah, they've all
think
got
they have
driver
it.
development programs. And so, you're going to have people that are way down. They've even done it just based on esports performance because in many ways, it's a lot more like being in a simulator than being in a Honda on the street. And so they can tell if you're qualified. That being said, when you think about it from an advertising perspective versus the exposure that's available, it simply means that the sponsorships don't make the team's pencil. It's a losing proposition anyway. And so just because you're good enough doesn't mean that the business allows you to participate. It just means that, you might be able to find a seat somewhere if they actually, if somebody else was losing the money.
I like that they're recruiting from the video game players too, from like iRacing guys or whatever it may be, because the U.S. military's been doing that for years. I played Call of Duty 4 with a guy. He slayed. He was the best of us all. He was just so goddamn good. Now he got a job flying drones in Afghanistan, blowing people up, and they just kept promoting him over and over.
Oh yeah,
they're fucking saluting this
perfect.
guy.
Talent
He's like, yeah, I'm a
identification.
10th fucking.
they had to prestige him. Yeah, send him back to the bottom.
he was a private again a few weeks.